Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be looking at a deck, an archetype that I haven't played before. It is the Spellstone Priest. Comes to us courtesy of the one and only KiwiiNbacon's. Definitely check them out over on YouTube. They always post up the sweetest of content. But this is a really interesting list. I was just talking about before that a lot of the resurrect priests that we've seen in the past have been really trying to cheat the system. They're trying to only resurrect very high value targets, these huge monsters, huge minions, obsidian statues and the like. But instead, Kiwi here has got, I guess you'd call it maybe a fair resurrect priest, in that it plays actually a pretty beastly early game, one that would potentially make someone think that you're on in a fire priest, a very early game aggressive list, in that we've got Fireflies and Northshire clerics at the top here. Let's get some game audio going on. Fireflies and Northshire clerics up at the top with the powered shield, and then we continue that with Radiant Elementals and Shadow Ascendants, which is a really sweet one. And all of that represents a nice early game. We even get to follow into Stonehill Defenders and Vicious Fledglings with the unidentified elixirs here. So if our opponent doesn't try and contest us, compete with us on the board, we might just be able to run away with the game. So obviously the deck is built around this lesser diamond Spellstone. Resurrects 2 friendly minions. If we cast 4 spells, we upgrade it. So a lot of the time with this, we're going to be getting an early game, and then this could be an answer to if we get board wiped. It could be just a way for us to, for 7 mana, get a whole bunch of stats into play. And it's particularly good with the aforementioned Shadow Ascendant and Cobalt Scalebane, because we will get all those end of turn triggers, which is something I really like. Kiwi's definitely onto something right there. Now, what they have mentioned over on Hearthstone, they've mentioned a couple of cards that we can add to help beef the deck up. Usually I actually just play the baseline version of the deck, but today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I've actually changed the deck up slightly. I've cut one of the Psionic Probes and the Loot Hoarder, as well as both of the Bone Mares, to include some of the cards that they mentioned, namely Shadow Visions, which I think is great for getting our Spellstone triggers off, and also finding more Spellstones. And I've also included the Lich King, which is a great resurrect target, and a one of Cabal Shadow Priest. So we've kind of cut away a little bit of the lower impact cards from the early game, and some of our also low impact cards from the late game, and replaced them with some more individually powerful cards, or some sweet tech cards. And some more consistency. So other than that, the rest of the deck is pretty self-explanatory. Free from Ember is both a minion and a spell, so we get double duty out of it with the Diamond Spellstone. Got a one-off Spellbreaker in here. These Tortolan Shell Raisers I'm kind of curious on. You know, there are good 4-drops out there. You know, we could be trying to do some dragon shenanigans. Even within the neutral cards, there's some interesting 4-drops that we can play. So we'll keep an eye and see if this one is the best minion for the job. Maybe it is, and you know, that Death Rattle going off and then coming back with the Spellstone and always having a taunt minion on board after we Spellstone, that might be something that's pretty important. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, let's jump into some games.
You're back.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, we are here with the Spellstone Priest. So we've got an interesting one here. I was just saying I'm not too sure with this kind of list, because I've never played it before, if we're supposed to keep a Spellstone. Maybe that's true in most of the more degenerate lists, but I think this one we're just supposed to try and curve out on our opponents. We don't have the coin, so let's try and send these 2 back to find a 1-drop to go with our Shadow Ascendant. Yeah, that sounds good. Great. The exact 1-drops that I wanted.
None will survive.
Ugh. Bit of a nightmare matchup here. Miss Kennedy, hey man, coming from Toast Stream, saw you on. Thanks again for the review and help. Best wishes for the new season. Cheers. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for the deck. It was actually a pleasure to play, and I really appreciate all the effort that you put in on creating it and refining it and things like that. I always have a lot of respect for people who go that extra mile, and you know, by putting in mulligan guides, upgrade guides, replacement guides, you know, even just general thoughts on cards. I always really appreciate that. So, yeah, props to yourself as well. But thanks for popping in as well. So, not playing that Shadow Ascendant there. Don't really want to give our opponent some free value off of that dagger. Ooh. I think we'll go Gastro here. It gives us a bit of another option on next turn, whether we can go like Gastropod, Ascendant, or Radiant Radiant and Gastropod. Especially if they use this dagger here. Like, if they're gonna drop a Henchclan Thug and attack in, then the Gastropod is actually pretty good. Alright, so we get to see if they have a sap. This buffs this to 3, so they can't just dagger it down. Obviously they can't have sap, sorry. So, see if they have like deadly poison. Yep. Ooh, snaps off the step. Alright. So we've got another reasonable follow-up with the Tortolan Shellraiser and the powered shield on it. Do we think they would have coined out Vilespine last turn if they had the opportunity? Maybe.
Tortola, preserve us! Do my bidding!
If they did hold... Oh my gosh, it is coin Vilespine. Yep. Rough.
The light protects me.
Don't know if we're going to be able to hold out for this free from Amber Friends. Gosh, Odrug is just so strong. I do have an Odrug list that I want to play today. Our opponent's not getting the best hits off of their fledgling. Not the best hits. What's going on with this? There we go. I was wondering why there was so much headroom.
Mushroom power!
Is that lethal? Yeah, that'll be lethal. It's a bit of an unfortunate one there. And our opponent's dagger matches up very well with a lot of our 1 and 2 drops. And the Stone Hill wasn't enough to hold the fort down, so unfortunate one there. But I think it's a very tough matchup trying to compete on the same playing field as Odd Rogue, especially in those first 3 or 4 turns. So we'll be back with another one.
Let the hunt begin.
Okay.
The light shall
Against
bring
Hunter.
victory.
Nothing we want here. Great. This is a nice hand on the play. Don't think our opponent will. I doubt our opponent has the like 3000 IQ play of like arcane shotting this Firefly. But who knows? Candle shot. Haha. Made you waste your charge. Hunt has plenty of tools to get back in this game though, especially with the coin in hand. Interesting that the immune animation pops up as they're like selecting targets. Stonehill. That ain't Stonehill. Do we Vicious Fledgling or do we heal the Shadow Ascendant and play another Flame Elemental? I think I'm actually going to heal this Shadow Ascendant.
Do my bidding.
I guess either play gets kind of like a little bit blown out by Unleash the Hounds. Flanking Strike. Okay. I think I'm happy with like forcing them to use that. I like even if we played the Vicious Fledgling, it would have worked out the same. They would have coined, killed the Vicious Fledgling, and then just attacked the Candle Shot in. Get the bird out now. See what answers they have. Nice placement for Crushing Walls tech. They do have the second flanking strike. Now things are looking a bit weaker for us. Two, three, four, five. This is a tough one. Powered Shield just gives us another immediate draw. But the Spellstone gives us a bit of a late game.
I wonder.
I think I'm gonna take the Spellstone here. Alright. So good thing is our opponent hasn't played any secrets, so if they are on a Spell Hunter or just a deck with secrets in it, they don't have the very high tempo play. Next turn. This is quite a nuisance, though.
I wonder.
All of our resurrects are really low value, right? Like it's fledgling, firefly. It's kind of what we were talking about at the start of the... It's also really awkward because if they do trade into this Radiant Elemental, we can't cast any of the free from Embers next turn. Wonder if removing the Psionic Probe from the deck was the right move. So it does start upgrading this. But then again, if we're not keeping it in the early game, if we're not keeping it in our mulligan, I guess we're not super concerned about always upgrading it and getting it off. What are they thinking about here? Maybe they're thinking about playing a Spellstone, like an unupgraded Spellstone.
Quickly.
And they're like they just drew a secret or something. That could be weird.
I don't need any of you.
Oh.
This beast will not be tamed.
Other minions? Yeah. Wow. What a weird turn. Yes. One obsidian statue, please. Oh no, we fucked up our crushing walls placement. We hecked it up, guys. We hecked it up, pals. Yeah, lone champion. That is weird. I've seen Shaw in some lists here and there, like, you know, Spellstone Hunter-y kind of lists. I have not seen it in the same list as lone champion, and especially haven't seen it in the same list as. Oh, is this the same three minions as we got last time? Except they're just not gold. I'm pretty sure this is the same 3 minions. What are the odds of that? It's just like I was saying before, like these free from Embers are actually just oh, it's Death Rattle Hunter? Weird. I haven't seen Lone Champion in Death Rattle Hunter. Oh my gosh, please don't kill that. Actually, I guess you were allowed to kill that. So it's acceptable. Oh, welcome to the fold.
Injured? Is someone injured?
Mr. Devil's Hour. Just take another Spellstone. Or do we take this Devour Mind? Probably going to get a lot of pretty garbage cards off of this, but we'll just take the other late game card.
I must consider.
If we draw another spell, or if we get a couple of draws off of these Northshire clerics, we might be able to start chaining some big Spellstones. And I guess by big Spellstones, I just mean like some high value Spellstones. Lots of stats on them. Oh, we goofed up our crushing walls placement again. We gotta be more on top of that.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
This beast will not be tamed.
Just trying to go a bit wide so we don't kill their devils yet. Damn, give me some non-Spellstone spells.
Right away.
Guess we do this because we're the furthest away from upgrading it once, and it's gonna get back 3 things. Ooh, so strong.
Right away.
So strong.
You are the Shadow's puppet.
Look at that, we brought back 2, 3, 4, 5 5 power and 11 toughness. 6 mana, 5, 11. It's okay. It's okay. Can silence this bad boy. Would like to draw spells.
Out of my jungle!
I guess we can build a pretty big Ozarok with these fireflies, right? But we can't play both the fireflies with the Spellbreaker.
Your magic shall not save me.
We'll hold these.
Truth is found in death. Warriors of the frozen wastes.
That's a pretty good one. Shellraiser.
Tortola, preserve us!
Die, mage.
It was kind of weird to just like pollute our pool. I guess we could have healed the Oozling to draw a card, actually. Though maybe we're not interested in that. Yeah, it feels weird to like pollute the resurrect pool with these 1/2s. Oh, and we attacked the Spellbreaker in there just in case our opponent has gets death and decay off of Lich King. This is the Chupacabra. No! I wanted to kill this. Well, I guess we have to. Sorry, Mr. Roserook. Nice! Huge resurrect. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Bloodfin Raptor and Cave Hydra.
Out of my jungle!
Rot into my core.
Let's go, Apple Bomb. Let's go. Frozen wastes. Right. Well.
Well played. You have best.
Oh, unfortunately, that's the downside of playing the Spellstone deck. Is sometimes we're going to get some pretty anemic resurrects when we need big ones, but obviously there's always going to be the upsides where sometimes we're going to get massive tempo plays out of our Spellstone. So we'll see if we can get the other side of the coin in the next game.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, up against the Druid. No 1 or 2 drops here, so we'll we might send it back, or do we keep this Vicious Fledgling on the coin? It's bad if our opponent has Wrath. Yeah, let's go. We'll keep the Fledgling. Damn. Well, this is all we need. We'll just turn 1 nothing, turn 2 Fledgling, turn 3 Fledgling, turn 4 Stonehill, play what we get off the Stonehill, do nothing, then we'll resurrect some stuff. It'll be great. We're up against Juff Uncontrolled Robinson over here. It's not all control. Ooh, are we gonna get some 1/1 Vicious Fledglings? If they have wild growth here, that's pretty bad. So now they can swipe our Fledgling. Sounds like a perfect curve. If they don't have swipe here. Ooh. Ah, they have the Spellstone. Is our opponent able to deal with it quite easily there? See if they can deal with the second one.
Spectacular.
With the other Spellstone. Nourish Spellstone. Nourish cards. Okay.
Essence.
I think we want a Stonehill Defender this turn. Just give us some more outs.
Out of my jungle!
Is someone injured?
Job done.
So this is still not great. I mean, I was unsure if we should have gone for untargetable or for +3 health. I mean, untargetable... I guess we should have gone for health, because untargetable means nothing, because if they have swipe, they just swipe here and trade in here. Whereas if we'd gone for health, then at least they'd need to hero power to trade in there. Spellstone reviving some fledglings wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, let's hope it does some stuff. Huh. Get some extra draws there. We really want to add this Sunwalker to our Resurrect pool, but who knows, we might be getting to that stage of the game where our opponent's just going to have the card quality advantage over us.
I wonder.
Swipe me.
Oh.
That is an interesting play.
Truth is my shield.
They are playing naturalists. Gah. Armor? I guess they have infestation, so we'll try and give them some not great infestation targets, whilst not adding too little to the board, I guess.
Out of my jungle!
You are the Shadow's puppet!
So I think I'm gonna fire off this Shadow Visions. Try and upgrade this, Huh. Free from Memory or Devour Mind? What would we want to hit with Devour Mind? Malfurion?
Not too quickly.
So we get to Free from Amber. Hopefully onto an empty board, but our opponent might get their other Arcane Tyrant, which they're pretty likely to. 20 cards into the deck. Could also be playing Innovate. There was some, yeah, I did see some Druid decks adding in some Innovates, I assume for this exact reason. Yes. One obsidian statue, please. Ooh. That's it's fine. We just don't want to burn like our Free from Ambers or Lich King.
Warriors of the frozen wastes.
Hand is too full.
Okay.
I don't have enough mana. Job done.
This issue of not being able to, like, answer Lich King has definitely come up. Like, maybe we should, maybe there should be, like, a one-off Shadow Word Death in the deck. So that we can fish it out with the Shadow Visions. Ooh. Yucky. Gonna take our obsidian statue. At least we killed the Lich King.
Tortola, preserve us!
Someone injured?
Maybe we shouldn't have played the Northshire Cleric to ensure that we get the buff on the Shellraiser. It also ensures that if they answer the Shellraiser buff goes on the Scalebane.
Essence.
Do we fire off the Resurrection here? I think we might. It's pretty weak, Millhouse. Really needed that Spellstone to bring back an obsidian statue. Oh gosh. I guess we have to fire off our opponent, our Devour Mine now.
Time waits for no one.
Oh. Oh. Malagos.
of my jungle.
Must move quickly.
Do my bidding.
Right away.
I'm almost out of cards.
Young twig.
Your magic shall not save me.
We goofed that up, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Forgot that when we silence this, obviously it loses taunt, so we can't attack it. So if we wanted to make that play, we needed to, like, we either should have silenced it after, like, attacking this thing, so that it doesn't get the buff, or I wanted the Malfurion.
I wonder.
Staggering.
So I guess we just want to try and make sure we have as much health as possible. And our opponents played both swipes, right? You thinking about just playing the Malagos? Moonfire? Weird.
done.
I guess healing this is pretty irrelevant, right? Like, we could have just attacked in and died and then had it kill this. We'd be able to deploy our Radiant Elemental onto the board. Missing out on the damage, friend. Armor. I mean, we'll have to see how much damage they can do with this this Malagos, right? Shadow Visions. Free from it. I guess we should have healed this first in case we got a Northshire Cleric. Probably Malik Faceless. Yeah, that would make sense. They've got so many cards in hand. They didn't play the Malagos first before attacking with the Twig.
I can rest now.
So if they had it, they. So how many cards do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 cards or 7? Like Mali, Faceless, Moonfire card. If they just had the 2 Moonfires, we're on 36 because we got the armor off the branching paths and we healed to 30. So what's the last card? If they have 6. Interesting. If you know what the last card was, comment down below if you're watching on YouTube.
Anduin versus Maiev.
Okay. Rogue time.
My fury.
The light shall bring victory.
So I don't think we want Shadow Visions. We want to try and like using this. There's not many targets that we'd want to find against presumably an Odd Rogue. Yeah, we want to save these for later on to get a bit more gas once we're controlling the board. Bad Dragon Energy, yeah, that's what that stands for.
None.
Come on, Northshire Cleric, just off the top. Damn it, Shadow Ascendant. I love this card, but it's just it matches up so badly against the Odd Rogue. Badly? Sure. At least this lets us Ascendant Powered Shield next turn. Is this a Vicious Fledgling? No. Also, Bad Dragon Energy sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Job's done.
Like Ryu Kushin powered. Bad Dragon Energy. It also does sound like a particular kind of toy. Okay. I was like, oh, at least our opponent has a pretty weak follower. No. No, never weak.
Out of my jungle!
It's okay. Maybe we just keep throwing taunts in their face. Ugh. This is like the perfect deck for Oblivion to verse. one that's trying to do early game things, but can't do it nearly as well as Rogue can. We're already on 11, so that's fun.
Preserve us!
Job done.
Odrogue, too much tempo. Yeah, it's true. It's such a sweet deck though.
Mushroom power!
Look at this. Our opponent's giving us like a masterclass in what Odrogue is all about. Like, I can imagine this, like, you know, at some tournament they're trying to explain archetypes, and there's like this match going on, and it's getting like cut like on angles, and there's some dubstep over it. MLG Odrogue. We are dead.
Well played. You have best.
Unfortunate there. So let's go take a look at the deck. We'll see what we liked and what we unliked. So I guess the main thing that we need to consider is like what this Spellstone is doing. Like, I can't really say that a lot of the Spellstones that we got were like really high impact. And I kind of understand what we're trying to do here. Like, we're playing a really early game. You know, if our opponent has answers up the wazoo, then, you know, turn 7 we can slam this and hopefully bring back a powerful board. Unfortunately, it feels like Firefly and Stonehill are like kind of like against that grain. Like, they're such low impact things to add to the pool of cards with this Spellstone. So it may be the case where we either want to cut even more of this late game and play even more early game, and essentially try and play like a priest aggro list, similar to a lot of like the aggro hunter lists where the Spellstone is the top end. Like, maybe we want to do that. In terms of like aggressive cards we could add in, I mean, we could start playing like Shadowed Pains and stuff. Probably look at more of the neutral cards to add in. You know, cut these like this Devour Mind, Shadow Priest, all this late game. The other option is to try and like accept that we're going to get crushed by a lot of those super early tempo lists, and instead try and play a bit more greedy. Like, maybe like cut these Fireflies, these Shadow Ascendants, maybe even cut the Vicious Fledglings and actually play more like dragons with like Duskbreaker, and play some like Ysera at the top end. So we'll play the control game early on, and then our Spellstones are going to hopefully bring back like even just Duskbreaker having a reasonably sized body, Cobalt Scalebanes, even the Shell Raisers in that situation are still pretty good. So we're just going to try and bring back big bodies. And play almost like mid-range then, like a mid-range priest, or something like that. But that's just my initial thoughts. I'd love to test both of those things out, but I think what Kiwi's done here is something really innovative, and we need to, I definitely appreciate them going out of their way to try something new and try something different. And yeah, we saw how the deck performs when it does win, and we saw the kind of matchups that we have against other decks who are trying to do that early aggro stuff. So anyway, I'll leave it there. My name's Tommy Wave. If you're watching on YouTube, all of the links are in the description, including the link over to Kiwi's channel, a link to the deck on Hearthstone. We've got the deck code in there. If you've got any recommendations on what you think of the deck, or if any changes that you'd like to see or some other experiments you'd like to check out, definitely leave a comment in the comment section below or over on the Hearthstone page. I'm sure there was some interesting discussion going on there. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.